Ecom brand owners are burning cash on traditional UGC and extremely complicated ad campaigns. You see, AI's developed a lot and we can change things around very quickly. In this video, I'm going to run you through a full blueprint, head to toe, 4 chapters that are going to show you exactly how to set up your own ad campaign, literally within the span of this video. Using AI, multiple different platforms, and at such a low budget, it doesn't even compare to your normal ad campaign. So without further ado, let's just get into it. I'm going to just show you how to make this full marketing campaign with AI in 30 minutes, just step-by-step process. We've got 4 chapters ahead of me here, and we're going to go straight into the first one. So the first one is ideating your ad campaign. What makes it different or better to other ones? Well, we can look at 4 different factors here. We can look at the price, the quality, the convenience, and the emotional value. First, you want to look at the price. Now, this is very important because you want to make sure that your ad campaign basically has an ROI. There's no point in spending on traditional UGC ads, for example, that cost hundreds of dollars to basically get what you've paid for back. Secondly, you want to make sure the quality is on point. The quality represents your e-commerce brand. You want it to look good. You want people to actually buy into your brand instead of just scroll past. The convenience. How difficult is it going to be to set up and actually maintain rather than, the traditional ways of making these ad campaigns? And then lastly, does it actually work? Is there emotional value? Do people feel the need to buy? These are all questions that run through all at the same time. Understanding your customer pain points. There are many different things that make a product a winning product or make people want to buy a product because it is attached to the emotion of wanting to buy. Solve a problem that these people may have. Is there a reason for the purchase? All these different things have to come into play. And many ways that you can look at it is through, for example, reviews, maybe through Amazon or your own store page. You can look on Reddit, threads, TikTok, comments, like all kinds of things, even Quora. You can identify language customers actually use. So there's so many different little pinpoints that you can take and use as data to make for a better campaign. Then thirdly, you want to just brainstorm ad concepts. Example of this might be a problem to a solution ad. Very simple, but extremely effective. You target the audience by basically showing them, do you have this problem? You show them, oh wait, we don't have the right charger, or you might come across this issue very often when you're in the car or when you're in this situation, like very common problems that people can relate to, and then simply showing the solution to this problem and pitching it in a way that makes it very simple, makes it very affordable and easy for them to use, can really easily attract them to the product and want them to purchase. Another example of this could be before and after. So not only does this apply kind of similar to the problem ones, but also having for example, skincare products. You show before pictures where people and their insecurity of how they look or how they feel, and then actually having the after effects to fix that problem, and showing that side-by-side comparison can be extremely useful. Another couple of these could be challenges, like trends based, which can be also done through UGC. So for example, product reviews, all these kind of different ones that a ton of people do online. Definitely on platforms like TikTok, Instagram are extremely popular. And then also ones with social proof, like testimonials, literally showing how useful the product is and how people have used it in the past to make a good result for themselves. So let's go through the mini framework. I just want to give you this as a quick tip and a side note. Create 3 to 5 ad concepts before running any ads. Don't rely on just one idea. It's extremely important just to diversify. See what other people think as well. Test it with your family, with your friends, what they would lean towards if they had this come up on their For You page. Now, when it comes to a framework, you want to come up with a quick hook. Something that will grab their attention, basically spike their interest, and basically want them to stick to the end of the video, which will help for the CTA and actually selling the product. After having the hook, just address the problem straight up. Show them what their pain point is, why they should be watching and following through the video. Again, go straight into the solution, show that black and white opposite, why it's so good, and really reinforce the reason why they should purchase this product. And then finally, the CTA, just literally a quick mention as to what it actually is, where they can find it, and so on. Now, second of all, in chapter 2, we're going to find and understand our target audience. First, what we want to do is start extremely broad. Depending on what industry you're in or niche you're in, this can be on a different scale. Let's take skincare as an example. Face cleansers, moisturizers, all that kind of rubbish. But there's only a niche amount of people who will go into face masks, or then face masks with certain ingredients like honey or like green tea or whatever it is. And like that, you can start to position yourself not as someone who is just in skincare, but as someone who is really specialized in this one thing. From that, you can also understand who would want to find your product and who wants to actually buy from you. Another example of this is selling resistant bands. The broad overview is going to be home workout lovers. You know, people at home that really want to work out can easily use resistant bands. So people who have injuries, that kind of thing, very, very useful. It narrows it down to busy moms. People who have to stay home are limited to not being able to go to a gym. And then hyper-specific would be office workers wanting a quick exercise routine. So from that, you can very easily come to a very specific niche of people. And the reason why that's going to be so useful is because, again, if we track back to that problem part, being able to relate to the people who want your product is extremely important. And if you relate very closely to office workers wanting a quick exercise routine, then those people are way more likely to buy your product than just having a general home workout idea. Number 2, let's have a look at some tools to research the audience. Now, we can look in places like Facebook Audience Insights, which is really, really good. And then also TikTok Creative Center, and then competitor ads via Facebook Ad Library, which also does extremely well for having a look at and spying on different brands, competitors, and so on. And then you can also have a look at Google Trends, seasonal demand on things as well. And a quick extra bonus one from me would be Minea as well. Now we can define your audience with 3 layers. First will be your demographic, then the interests, and then the behaviors. Now this can be a bit difficult to actually like dissect and understand, but in a general idea, you can kind of get the hang of it. And from the layering over here, you can also come up with your own ideal customer avatar, which is something that is very useful when it comes to actually putting together who your kind of target audience is in this case. So if we take that same example as before and we use Emma, give her a random name, no clue who Emma is, then we choose her age. She's 32 because she might have some kids. She's a busy mom and she really struggles to find time for workouts. She follows health influencers and often shops from Instagram ads when products save her time. So understanding this, you can kind of get a grasp of what the ideal target audience is. And you'd be surprised how many people actually relate to this kind of person. Because many people think, oh, wait, it's way too niche. No one's actually gonna like relate to her. But trust me, you've got billions of people around the world. There's definitely gonna be like 100,000 people who are similar to her or in some way similar to her situation. Chapter 3, we're going to create UGC ads using MakeUGC. So number 1, what is MakeUGC and why does it actually convert? First of all, it feels authentic. UGC videos are really, really good because essentially it's someone talking to you and it feels genuine, like it feels like it's them giving you an honest review on something. And so it doesn't really feel staged like most of these ads do online. Therefore, it also builds the trust faster. And it also looks really organic. You know, it looks like the content that people are already scrolling through anyway. So it blends in with the algorithm, does really well with the algorithm, and then actually really builds that trust up, feels authentic, and yeah, works extremely, extremely well. So given that, types of UGC ads that actually work, well, you can have an unboxing, a first impression video, maybe a tutorial or a how-to video, basically explaining how something works, a product, and show it eating the honey or whatever it might be. We can look at the before and after ones as well, because you really have such a variety of different videos that you can make from UGC. And then also testimonial or review videos. So you, as I said, go over those reviews back in the very, very beginning. You can turn those into some really good videos just explaining. And, keep in mind, like big influencers will also just review products just because of it. Like just because they're interested in seeing what the product has to offer, they'll go ahead, give it a little review and see what it's actually about. And people like that content regardless of if it's an extremely big influencer or not. And then lifestyle clips, also using it in your everyday routine, that kind of thing. blending it in with something a bit more personal than just showing off the product. Now, number 3, we're going to give you a little walkthrough of MakeUGC because this is a really, really strong, powerful tool that you can use to create these ads. You can get AI to hold your product, make talking head videos like the examples below, all within 2 minutes entirely with AI. As you can see here, these people over here, like, they look extremely real. If you're on your toilet scrolling through the TikTok algorithm, this wouldn't come across as a surprise, to be honest. And as you can tell, they're all holding the products, like this one over here, this one here, and they all look very unique, very different. And you couldn't really tell that it's AI because, you know, they're holding a product that looks very real. So here's how. I'm going to run you through it right now. First of all, you want to just go to MakeUGC, and there'll be a link in the description down below. And this is how you can make like full AI videos literally within minutes. And let's just bear in mind that normal UGC videos, first of all, are a very long time to make. They can take days, and you know, with refining and changing things up, can take even longer, and can be extremely expensive too. If you want to get a good UGC video, like, it can take a couple $100, and on top of that, you also have the usage rights that you have to pay for eventually. Well, there's a ton of different things that really make this so much better. When you go into MakeUGC dashboard, you can also use its AI script generator, which has done over 10,000 winning ads. And let me just tell you this, super refined, super well, got really good hooks. And overall, like the story that I mentioned, this layout over here is exactly what it follows. Now, in this feature, you can actually use text to speech, you can use speech to speech, you can transcribe it from different videos, you can create your own script, or you can just ask it to create its own thing using some sort of prompt. And the amazing thing about this is you can literally take the audio from winning ads that already exist, upload it to this, and it will literally pop it out exactly the same way. After that, you're going to pick from over 150 different creators on MakeUGC, and I'm going to just run you through it right now on the actual MakeUGC dashboard. You can have a look at the different things that you want to do, and bear in mind, you can make B-roll, you can make your own avatar of yourself, you can make your own voice, you can do editing requests over here, and AI hooks as well. Now, we won't do the product in hand because I don't have a specific product that I want to use. However, we'll just make a quick avatar video. We can use the AI script generator over here. Now that we have the prompt for the iPhone in here, we can also have a look at what kind of video that we want to do. So as we said, product reviewer, explainer, etc. So let's just say product review, generate the script. It's going to take a moment to generate. And then step 4, we can preview the audio and then change little bits of the audio, which I'm going to show you in just a second. And then lastly, you select from those avatars that I showed you just before, and then you fully create a fully licensed, ready to use video in just under 2 minutes with 30 different languages, multiple different settings and scenes, and creators aged between 18 and 80 years old, literally matching any sort of demographic that you really want for your ad campaign. We'll go with Mia, as I showed you before. Then we can go ahead, preview the audio.
We are excited to collaborate with you on your next campaign.
Cool. And now we can go ahead and actually generate. Okay. And then once we preview the audio, then we can actually go ahead and generate the audio first. And then once we got the audio, we can change a bunch of different things like I just mentioned before. Then go ahead and create the video from that audio. So as you can see,
Hey tech fans, today we're diving in.
This is going to be the full video. You can actually change the settings around. Tone a bit lower, emotion a bit higher, speed all the way to the max. Regenerate the voice because of it. And then we just have exactly what we want. So it's super customizable to what you want to basically achieve here. And then go into generate video as soon as that's done. Just press generate video. New video. Press generate. It's going to take a couple minutes to finish generating. In the meantime, while it's processing, let's just go through the last section, which is how and where to post your ads. Well, the platforms that work for e-commerce is going to mostly be Facebook and Instagram. Now, these are the real big ones, best for scaling, huge for targeting options. And then we go into TikTok ads, which is really good for the viral potential and definitely for the UGC because that's extremely popular on TikTok. Now, Pinterest ads are a bit underrated because honestly, they're very good for beauty products, that kind of thing, lifestyle, anything to do with the aesthetics or to do with your lifestyle, healthiness, that kind of vibe. That's all on Pinterest, and I really highly recommend this if you're in that kind of niche. And then lastly, YouTube Shorts for growing in more like niche markets essentially, and you can get really high returns on this as well. So it's extremely important. Test out all these different platforms, see what works best for you. And then best ad formats that convert best is definitely going to be 1:1 or 4:5 for the Facebook feed. This is definitely like, this is what the moms are on, you know what I mean? But the vertical 9:16 as usual portrait mode is always going to be the best, just for TikTok, Reels, Shorts, all that kind of good stuff. And then when it comes to testing and scaling of this, it's very important. We can start with 3 to 5 variations per ad. So this is obviously something you can do in bulk. Like when I showing you how to create one video, you can literally select up to 100 in one go. You can change small bits, tweak it around, create a couple variations, and it's not going to make a difference. Then you can test multiple audiences. So depending on who you pick as the avatar or what voice you use or the tonality, you can all change these different bits for the different audiences. And then lastly, just scale the winners, you know, increase the budget or duplicate into new ad sets. So you can take what is already working, for example, the script or the person, and you could literally just make those fine adjustments to get it literally perfect. And with that being said, that's basically the full simple blueprint that you're going to get if you're trying to make an ad campaign from the get-go, basically from the very, very start to the very end. Very simple, very easy. And now let's just go ahead and check the AI video. And this is the ad creative that actually came up.
Hey tech fans, today we're diving into the future with the iPhone 17. Prepare to be amazed. First up, the display. It's nearly bezel-less, offering an ocean of pixels that make every image pop. The new A17 chip is a powerhouse.
So yeah, as you can see, very good, very like basically looks extremely real, and it works extremely well. So that's about it. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some value, really showed you what you can do with AI as it's, you know, progressed massively within the last couple of years. And what I really recommend, go ahead, check out MakeUGC. They got a ton of different plans for a ton of different situations. You know, if you're really heavy on this ad creation stuff, you can go ahead and book a call with them as well. But if you just want to test out a couple ads, that's cool too. And you can get some of the smaller plans just to test things out, get things going, up and running. You can boost those ads like crazy too. Now the link in the description going to give you a little discount, which is just on the behalf of MakeUGC here. And I hope you could just try it out, see what happens. If you like it, you can stay. If you don't worry. And I hope to catch you in the next one. I'll see you on the inside. Goodbye.